Hello, everybody. Welcome to Highs and Hues. This is session 13, brought to you by For the Black Kid Incorporated. My name is Kennedy J. Johnson, founder and CEO of For the Black Kid Inc., and I'm so happy to have y'all here with me tonight. Thank you so much to everybody who is watching, everybody who is a supporter, follower, member of For the Black Kid. It's super important to me. Thank you so much for being here. Also, special shout out to my members. Thank you so much for supporting us monetarily. Amen. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and bring in our guest. I'm super excited to have her. Jamiah is the best. So we're gonna bring her in and we're gonna get started. So let's go. Jam!
You're frozen. I don't know if it's just me but you're frozen. Am I frozen?
And you hear me.
I can hear you, but you're just like frozen. Am I frozen?
There's just no sound coming from you. Okay.
Can you hear me now? No?
Hey, I hear you.
You hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay, yay.
Okay, cool. So how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. It's so good to see you. And it's so good to it's been too long.
It's been years, literally.
Well, I'm glad to have you. I know we're going to get into all the things that you're doing these days. So I know you don't have a whole lot of time. So I'm not going to take up too much of it. But yeah, so let's talk. Well, I love to start with an icebreaker. Okay. I like to get people warmed up and comfortable before we get into like the hard, heavy questions. Okay. So today's icebreaker, here we go. We call this actually.
Can you take your can you like turn your camera on and then turn it back on and see if like it unfreezes you? I want to see you.
Uh-oh, you can't see me.
It's just like frozen from like a minute ago.
Now?
You're still frozen. It's a new frozen screen, but it's okay.
Guys, what is going on?
It's okay.
No, it's not. Yeah, I don't know what's happening.
It could just be me too. It could be me.
Part of me wants to just go out and start all over again. Hold on, let's see.
You want to try? Okay.
Still the same?
Yeah, it's still the same.
Okay, sorry guys, we're gonna go out and we're gonna come back. Okay, I'm gonna go out and come back, okay?
Okay. Hello all. I hope you guys can hear and see me because I don't know if this Wi-Fi is good or not. Hopefully it is.
Okay, can you hear me better? See me?
I can hear you. Yes. Can I see you? It's just a black screen right now. I can't see you.
I'm genuinely.
Hey, hold on. I can see you. You just keep freezing. It's just like you keep freezing. I wonder if anybody's watching and if they're having the same issue because, like I said, it could be me.
I could check. I don't know. Maybe it's my connection. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. Somebody said they can see both of us.
Hold on. Okay, perfect. My mom is not freezing up. Hold on.
It
could be this Wi-Fi
staticky a bit.
Okay, let me try. Let me like try a new Wi-Fi because I might go out. We're gonna get this right.
Okay, it's fine. Y'all, this is tour life. Okay, so just be patient.
I'm sorry. Hold on.
Okay.
I'm gonna try my hotspot. It might be a little better. Let's try it.
Okay. Do you want me to take you out and you come back in? Thank you guys for being patient with us. Yeah, thank you. I think I might take Jamiah out and bring her back in. I think it might be easier. Let's remove her. Okay. When I see Jamiah's connection is better, then I'll bring her back in. Until that time, how are you doing? Okay, yeah, Jamiah just went out, so she's gonna come back. Thank y'all for being patient. Like I said, Jamiah is a very she's busy, so I'm glad that she was even able to fit us in. Let's see. Okay, let's try it now. Hello.
I'm here.
Okay, can you see, hear everything?
I can hear. I can. You're just still frozen, but literally, it's fine.
I'm so sorry. Okay.
As long as everybody else can see, then it's fine.
Okay.
I'm still here.
Okay. Yeah, we can see you fine. It's just a bit spotty at times, but we're gonna push through.
Hold on. I can maybe go inside really quick. I'm gonna get this right. We're gonna see everybody. I got the inside Wi-Fi.
Uh-huh.
So that's what we're gonna try.
Oh, snap.
Give me a sec. All right, I'm about to walk in, which means I'm gonna get disconnected. But
Okay.
I just want to try this.
Okay. Whatever works. I know this is a lot, but thank you for working with us.
No, I'm the one who's having the issue, so I apologize.
It's okay.
All right, through the bus a little bit. We're about to try this.
Okay.
Running in.
You're doing great, Jamiah. You're doing great. You're doing great. You're doing great. Okay, y'all. This is the fun. Probably this has never happened, so this is funny. Again, thank y'all so much for being patient. We are figuring it out, and it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better. I don't know what to say. I'm not good for small talk. Maybe I should learn that skill. Oh, this is good.
All right, I'm in. About to find a little cubby to sit in.
This is good, Jamiah. The connection is giving.
Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. I told you I was gonna make this work.
Yeah, you did. Because it's doing great things.
All right. Oh wait, sliding.
Ooh.
Oh.
Okay, this is good. Okay, yeah, this is good. Okay. So
Yes, I can see you.
You can see me now?
Yes.
Okay, let's get into it. So today's icebreaker is what we call hold on, let me find my little thing. This is what we call questions for the kids, okay? And these are just little fun icebreaker questions that get you warmed up. So, given that it is still Women's History Month, I have to ask you if there is any woman, deceased or living, that you would like to meet, who would it be and why?
That I would like to meet. I would like to meet. This is just like annoying. Like I don't even want to say this person because I just don't. But it's Beyonce. Just because, like, she's just been in the industry for so long, and I just wonder, like, how she's been able to like sustain for so long and be like relevant for so long, and just how she like takes over, like she owns her own businesses and stuff like that, and just like I don't know, I just feel like she would have really good advice about like being a Black woman in the industry. Yeah,
Absolutely, great answer.
It's like
I know, but who wouldn't want to meet her though?
know, right?
So it's fair. It's definitely fair. So yeah, okay, cool. Good answer. So let's get into so many things. If you see me looking down, it's because I'm looking at my notes that I have for you today. But
No.
we're gonna talk about your like creative process and do you what you looking for, Jamiah?
I'm looking for an outlet. Hold on.
Okay.
I want it to die.
Please don't.
I have some boots, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. Uh-oh, I actually found somewhere better.
Okay.
It's gonna really bless us. I just know it is. And it has everything I need.
Okay, bet.
Right here. This is it. This is the final destination.
Okay.
My apologies. Truthfully, I just got back from like the hotel because there's no showers here at this venue. And like we had to run to a hotel to shower because who knows when we'll have another shower. So I was like
Wow.
rushing to get, and then right when this started, I had just got back to the tour bus. So that's why I'm not prepared. But now I'm prepared.
Let's start there then. Let's start with tour life during COVID. What is that like? What has that been like? I think that's a good segue.
Tour life during COVID. Honestly, it's like not that different. These people are not wearing masks. So it's literally the only thing different is like the capacity at which like each venue will take. But that's the only difference.
Okay.
And so otherwise, it's been pretty much the same. This tour is different from the last tour I was on because the last tour I wasn't on a tour bus. I was like, we would either fly and stay at a hotel or drive and stay at a hotel. This tour, there are no hotels. We only have a hotel if we like need to take a shower. You just run to the hotel and you come back. So other than that, though, it's been pretty much the same during COVID. So
Yeah.
this is my first time on like a tour bus, so it's been cool and it's been fun.
Cool. So can you share with us, who you're on tour with, for how long? Yeah, what are you doing? All those things.
Sure. I am on the Winter Jam tour. It's like a Christian music tour with the artist We the Kingdom. It's like a family band, and I'm singing background with them. And this week of shows is just 4 shows, so 4 different cities. Right now we're in Woodstock, which is like near Atlanta, and then the next set of show dates is in like 2 weeks in April or something like that. And we'll have like 4 more shows. So it's not too long of a tour. It's quick, but it's a different city every day. So that's
Cool. Okay, so Christian music or no, I won't say gospel, but more Christian contemporary music, is that, for the people who don't, I know the answer, but for the people that don't know the answer, is that your particular genre of music, or do you what genre do you focus on? Or are you just out here doing whatever you want?
I'm out here doing whatever I want.
Right.
My own music personally, like as Jamiah the artist, I do R&B pop music, but whenever I'm like singing background for an artist, it's literally any genre, whatever genre that they need. So I've been working with this band for a little over a year. So it's been super fun and really cool. They're so good, and they're just also like amazing people inside. So it's been like super amazing to be a part of this tour.
That's awesome. Okay, so talk a bit about your journey and how you got to where you are, just where your career began, your love for music, your love for art, all of those things. How did it start, and how did it lead you to where you are right now?
My career started, I started singing when I was 2, or trying to sing when I was 2, and I was just really screaming around the house. And then when I was 5, I led a solo at church, and my family was like, oh, wait, she can actually sing. And then they just nurtured that and put me in voice lessons and piano lessons and guitar lessons and stuff like that. And I then just entered into like different talent competitions and stuff like that. And I booked some roles and gigs in musical theater and like just commercials here and there and stuff like that. So then I went to Belmont for Music, which is in Nashville. I went there for 2 years, realized I did not want to be in school for music or in school at all. And I just left and started networking in Nashville and just doing music on my own, meeting different producers and writers and collabing with them and just literally out here networking and being like, hey, I'm Jamiah. I write, I sing, basically that. And just networking led me truly to the right people and the right opportunities. And that's literally how I got here. So it's literally just who you know. It's not what kind of degree you have. It's not how long you were in school. It's who you know. So I always tell people network, network, network. So yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
Hold on now. It needs to know that I'm in here. Okay.
Oh, okay. I'm like, who cut the lights off on you?
Around.
Okay, cool. So let's dig into what your creative process is like because you are multifaceted. You're a singer songwriter, which are two very, 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 very different things. And everybody who do one don't do the other. So, so can you talk a bit about? I guess we can start with your creative process, just for writing. Are you kind of inspired by life, or is life kind of inspiring your music? I don't know. I'm just, what do you, or how do you even go about beginning your writing process?
Yes. So I'm a very life writing girl. Like it's hard for me to like write if I haven't experienced anything. I need to be inspired by honestly pain or just like um happiness or joy or like a situation. Most of my songs are definitely like true stories or at least inspired by true stories when I'm writing for myself. So I need that life. Like I need life experiences or else I feel like I just have a writer's block and I don't really have anything to write about. And that was probably the hardest thing about COVID is like, I mean, obviously you can write about being stuck in a house and stuff like that. I mean, you just had to really get really creative with like what to write about because I felt like I wasn't experiencing life because I was stuck in the house. So that was probably that was one hard thing about COVID is like finding inspiration to write because that's the kind of like writer I am. I need to go through something or I don't know, see something, hear something, feel something. But yes, I'm a very like real life type of writer and COVID definitely helped me and like pushed me to write about whatever, anything, which is what I wanted to be able to do. Just being like a good all around writer to be able to write about a penny on the floor, like just to write about whatever. So COVID was really good for that because I got to push that side of my like writing.
Yeah. Okay. That I hear that a lot with creatives talking about how COVID just really forced them to think in a different way, and just be even more creative in the ways that they express whatever their art is. One thing that I do want to ask you about is COVID. COVID really highlighted a lot of our social issues and like things that are just girl. So I know that can be just for a viewer or just for a person. I don't really consider myself to be a creative, but just as a person who like observes social issues and like is trying to be active in my own community, that watching that happen in real time is can be traumatizing. It can like freeze you up and all those things. Did you feel the effects of racial injustice, social injustice in terms of your creative process? Like at any time, did you feel like I just can't do this right now? Like because of everything that's going on in the world, I don't even feel like creating. And if I do create, it's going to be coming from that place of pain that you just talked about.
Definitely. I just like, I didn't even want to put out anything because I'm like, this is not what the focus should be on. Like I am not focus should be on. And honestly, I realized during like all those just social injustices that were going on, I realized that I was sadly just so numb to it all because I just feel like I had gotten not immune, but just so used to it that it was almost normal, which is really sad, but it's just true when it's always happening. It's just like nothing surprised me, literally. And I felt bad because I was like, I don't even feel anything. Like, obviously, I felt like empathy and hurt for like the families and the people who were going through it, but I just felt numb and empty inside because I'm like, I just had no words. I just literally felt numb. And I think that definitely like numbed up some of my creation because I was just like, I have no energy. Like I'm numb. I'm numb to all of this. And I really had to like pull myself out of that and like not find any more like sympathy, but just like be a little more aware. But it's just because it always happens and I'm literally used to it. So I had to realize like, hey, that's not normal. This
Yeah.
isn't normal. This isn't what it's supposed to be. So it was really like a wake up call to be like, you should not be like used to this. This is not okay.
Yeah, I feel that. And two, I think just as Black people, especially as Black women, we just like our livelihood in general is um, more difficult than many other people. Okay, so then people of other races, people who are male, you know, they don't experience the same things that we experience. So just like our lived experiences in and of themselves can be exhausting. So, like you said, it is absolutely easy to like feel like, well, this happens all the time. You can grow numb to this stuff because it's like, bro, this is my life. Like this is not you. This is new to us.
Exactly.
So I completely understand where you're coming from. So talking about like the outside things that can affect your creative process, can we talk about some of the inner work or the self work that has to go into the content that you put out, like to ensure that your content is pure and like genuine and truly of Jamiah? What does the self part look like?
Pray, and pray. Like that's it. Like talk to God. That's my main. That's literally how I got to where I am and how I, know that I'll get to wherever else I want to go. Is like I spend time with God all the time. If I didn't, I would be so lost. But I can't even like. I feel like I can't have a good day if I like don't, just sit with him at least for at least 2 minutes. Like I really can go for hours, but I'd be having things to do. So
Yeah.
I sit and I talk to God and I also listen to him and I like ask, hey, what should I do? Hey, should I do this? I don't know what to do. Can you tell me what to do? Can you lead me in something? And that's how I make sure that everything I do or even desire to do is coming from like a good place, because I want it to obviously be a reflection of him at the end of the day. And I'm like, I can't do that if I don't know what he looks like, then I can't be a reflection of him. So I just study him in every possible way that I can. And that's the self work. Like it starts with God. Everything starts with God. Every relationship, every life, every single thing starts with God. So I make sure that like we are good and I know what he's saying, or at least I'm trying to listen to what he's saying, even if I don't like what he's saying, or even if I feel like I don't really know what you're saying. Like that's just when I dig even deeper to figure out, and I just always follow him because there's always people telling you, hey, you should do this or you shouldn't do this. But it's like, okay, well, God didn't say that. So don't really care what you said. So that's literally how I make sure like everything I do is pure and intentional and like holy and righteous. Honestly. I ask him first and I try not to move without his permission. I mean, obviously sometimes we all mess up and, but I definitely start with him. Pray, pray, pray. and listen. A lot of people pray, and talk, but they don't listen. And I had to learn to just hush. And like sometimes I'll sit and I don't say a word. I'm just like, all right, just talk. Sometimes I don't hear a thing, but you know what? I know my spirit did. So, I'm all good. So pray, listen.
Yes. Okay. So to part of For the Black Kid Inc., we really work to make sure that our Black youth and their families are holistically well. And so we talk about mind, body, and soul. And right now we're talking more about this soul component. And I hear a lot of, well, not so much anymore. Not in the circle of mine anyway. We know better than to say this stuff I'm about to say. But and sometimes when we are not, when our whatever our gift is or whatever we put out in the world doesn't specifically say God, people are automatically assume like, okay, it's secular, and so therefore like God gets no glory, which is not the case. Like For the Black Kid does not at all say, for the Black kid that loves God Inc. It doesn't say that, but this is absolutely a form of ministry. And as long as like what I'm doing and like people who are connected to me are ultimately, if God gets glory at the end of it all, then this is ministry. It doesn't have to be inside of a church for it to be ministry. So I love what you were saying, because all of your music is not Christian or whatever, but the process that it's fine.
I'm going to try to close this door.
Okay.
Maybe they'll move. This is actually the headliner of the tour.
Oh,
wait. All right, they moved.
Okay. But yeah, I kind of don't remember what I was saying. I think I was saying
giving God glory. It doesn't have to be, it can be secular.
Yeah, like because the process that goes into what you put out included God the whole way. So, what you saw, just assume God, period. Don't worry about what you thought you saw. So yes, okay, cool. So let's talk about, we've touched on God being a big part of your foundation and just being that support that you need. So in terms of family, friends, relatives, how has that support been throughout this entire process? I know your mom, but I know she is like ride or die Jamiah. So can you talk a bit about how your family, or particularly your mom, has really been a support to you throughout your entire process?
Definitely. I think she's watching now. Hey, Mom.
Hello.
They have been like the best, most supportive family / people, I feel like, in the world. Like they first of all like saw my gift and they nurtured it first of all. And I think that's really important when you have kids. Like you need to watch them and see like what they gravitate towards, see what they're good at, and they did that. They saw what I was good at. They saw what I enjoyed doing, and they like pushed me into like the right direction to go to like get even better. And that's step one. So that's what they did. This is my mom, my nana, and my papa who like raised me. And they let me explore. They let me do things that were unconventional. They, when I was like, hey, I want to sing, they weren't like, no, you should be a doctor. They were like, okay, sure. So they like believed in me, and I feel like even still, they believe in me more than I believe in myself sometimes. And that just really like pushes me to continue on, because sometimes it definitely gets hard and discouraging, but I'm like, hey, my family believes in me so much, and it just like is super encouraging and inspiring. So they just like will do anything to like make sure that basically like I'm happy, but also that I'm like getting to my dream. So here to comment. Love y'all. Love you too. So they just make sure that they just push me into like purpose pretty much.
Yeah.
So yeah, they'll sacrifice, they'll do whatever they have to do to make sure that like I'm happy pretty much. So family foundation is super important.
Yeah. You touched on something so important, What's his name? I'm not even gonna call his name because I'm gonna mess it up. But I saw some celebrity talking about how the same thing that you said. If when you see your child or your kid like gravitating towards something all of the time, don't automatically try to deter them away from it, but try to like, okay, see, oh, they're interested in this, groom that, because more than a kid is their most they're in their purest form. Like a person is in their most purest form as a child. So that kid knows what he wants. Like he absolutely knows that I want to play this game. I want to play the drums. I want to do these things. So I think it's extremely important, like you said, to groom the things that kids are already gravitating towards. So yeah, thank you for saying that. So I really only have really one more question. It's more about and we kind of touched on it already, but we again part of For the Black Kid, we work to inform, empower, and free Black youth. And so in terms of the empowerment, what are some, and you've kind of been doing it throughout our whole talk, but I would like for this specific part to be about it. What are some things that you would say to a Black child who is trying to navigate the creative space? And hey, Shanita, okay, sorry. But hold on, let me see if y'all can show her comment. She just said, hey.
Well, hey.
But yeah, like how do you what would you say, I guess, to the Black child who is trying to navigate creativity, trying to figure out where they fit, trying to figure out what their gifts are? What is something that you would say to kind of encourage them throughout their process?
One, pray. Like, I can't even stress that enough. Like, if you try to, you know what? Okay. If you try to do anything without that, it's not going to work. So, one, pray, spend time with God, read your Bible. I'm telling you, like, it will change your entire life. And I know that it can be boring, and like, ask God to give you a desire for it, because he literally will. So that's one thing. Two, I guess when you're trying to figure out what you're good at or what you like, just do what feels natural. Do what feels forced. I mean, do what doesn't feel forced. Do what, and notice like, hey, I'm good at this and nobody else really is good at this. Like, like even if it's small, even if you're good at, bringing people together, if you're good at organizing and you're good at making sure that everything is inputted in right on Excel or something, like stuff like that. It might seem little, or it might not seem like it's super needed, but it absolutely is. So pay attention to the little things that you think you're good at. If you're good at putting colors together, that could be something in design, that could be something in decor, things that, aren't so like, oh, I can sing, oh, I can dance, but like, study yourself, get to know yourself in the deepest way, and see, like, just see how you're different from other people. That's something that you should really do, because a lot of people can sing, a lot of people can write, but that doesn't mean, like, I had to figure out, like, what about my voice is different than everybody else? What about my writing is different from everybody else's? Because that, just because there's a lot of people doing it doesn't mean there's not a place for you. It's just you have to find like what makes you different from everybody else. So, nobody sounds like I sound. I hope. Maybe they do. I don't know. Nobody is, can sound like me. That's how I can be different from when I'm singing. And also the place from where it's coming. Nobody's been through exactly what I've been through my whole entire life. Like, you sing from a place of what you've been through. Even writing, I'm singing from a place that I've been through. Yes, I can write music and make it seem universal, or make it, people can relate to it because they've probably been through it. But if they were to write it, they probably would have wrote it in a different way. So, just knowing that you do have a place and that you are different, finding what is different about what you do, even if a lot of people can do the grand scheme of it, but like, what makes you different. So just pay attention to yourself, study yourself, and don't worry about what anybody else is doing. Don't get too caught up in comparing, yourself. Find what you are good at and stick with that.
I love that. I really do. The word that I heard the most was different, and I think sometimes we like to shy away from like what makes us different from everybody else. We want to be like other people so bad, but if we do the same thing, one of us isn't necessary. So we need to be different.
Exactly.
So I think it's really important, like you said, to really tap into those things that make you unique. Like that is part of you for a reason, and it's absolutely more than likely you will find your gifts and your passions in what makes you different. So I think that's very important that you touched on that. One more question, and then we're going to get into a little 5-minute activity. Okay.
Okay.
So last question. Being that we are in a like society of social media and it's easy to consume, which means it's easy to be influenced. So do you have a healthy balance, do you think, of like creating and consuming, like not consuming so much, so that you can create more pure intentional things that we talked about before, or maybe consuming more so that you can be inspired? I don't know how that works, but can you talk a little bit to that?
Yes, I feel like I don't consume enough. Like,
Mhm.
I feel like I need to do a better job of like intentionally consuming more. I don't really like to listen to a lot of stuff when I'm like in a super creative mood because I don't want it to like taint and like I don't want to try to copy or imitate whatever they're doing or what I'm hearing. So I think that's probably one reason why I don't consume more. But I do want to. I need to do a better job of consuming more and even creating more. I feel like I'm the type that like there's some people and some writers who just like get up and write every day and they write and I do write every day, but I don't write music every day. I might write my prayer, I might write how I'm feeling every day, and some days I might get a song out of it. But some people just, some writers or musicians can just get up and write, every day, and I don't have that desire. Like I just don't. And I don't think it makes me less of a writer. That's just like how I like to how I like to write. Look at my ponytail a little bit.
Oh, there it goes.
Just how I like to write. So yeah, I'm like a life liver. I'm more caught up on like life than like creation. I feel like I need life to create. So I would rather like live for 6 days and enjoy and then write for one, if that makes sense.
That
So
makes perfect sense.
I do need to do a better job of consuming, but as of right now, I feel like I have somewhat of.
Hello.
Did you
Oh,
freeze?
okay. It
Are
was
we back?
frozen.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
we're back.
I thought
Um,
did you hear the last part? I just said I need to increase it on both sides. Okay.
got you. Okay, I do like the way you flipped what consumption means. Like, because when I asked the question, I was more thinking about like consuming other people's stuff, and ultimately you ended up saying that you needed to consume more of life, like just experiencing life in order to create more. So I love that. Okay, so last thing before we let you go. So, as a writer, what is like step one? We're about to, people who are watching, we're about to do a brief, very brief songwriting activity for those of you who like music. Okay. So, if the category is like, let's say for March, since it's Women's History Month, so the category is womanhood, right? You know, you want to write a song about what it's like being a woman, like womanness, the struggles of being a woman, the perks of it all. Like, where would you start, I guess, with that process? Would it come with the like music come first, or would the inspiration of just the idea of the song be enough?
I like to start with the melody. So, like when I hear a word, I usually, or usually if I hear a beat or something like that, like it feels like something. Like it might feel like fall, it might feel like summertime, or it might feel happy, it might feel sad. So I kind of start there and see what comes, and from that, a melody will arise. And if I already have like a topic of what I want to talk about, then it kind of makes it easier for the lyrics to come through. But if I'm just like hearing a beat, then I'm just like, what does this sound? What do I feel? What word do I hear right now? And I just will start mumbling like a melody, and subconsciously a word will come out, and I just kind of run with that word, whatever I feel. But in this sense, we have a topic already, so I would like women are light, they're delicate, they're fragile. So I would come up with some type of soft, sensual, like melody that's still like soft but strong because women are strong. So that's where I would start. I would start with the melody. I really just do what feels right.
Yeah.
I just flow.
Yeah. Okay, cool. There is no like formula. It's
There
just
is no formula. Everybody's process is so different. Like some people start with the lyrics first. I'm like every time I go in a session or a co-write or something, I always say, "Hey, what's your strong suit?" I'll be like, "Hey, mine is melody. I can come up with a lot of really good melodies." And usually I like to pair somebody who is good with lyrics. That way I can work on melody, they can work on lyrics, and then, we kind of go from there. I obviously can write lyrics, but, I know what my strong suit is too. It's like, yeah, I'm a melody girl. So
yeah.
I always start there.
Got you. I know so creepy, but fun fact, I have to like stalk people before they come on here a little bit, just so I can like be familiar. I would hate to talk to you and I don't know what I'm talking about. But you had a video where I think you were like at a writing camp or something, and I was kind of just observing the way that you went about it. The beat was already made at that point, I think. But there were moments where like you were, like you said, you had the melody and there were no words. And, but it was like you knew what you wanted to say, but it wasn't right. It wasn't quite coming out yet. If you haven't watched that video, guys, go to Jamiah's page and watch it because it's very like I'm into that kind of stuff, so I just enjoy it. But I absolutely see what you're talking about. Having the melody and having that other person there to help you fill in those words.
Yes, absolutely. Please go watch.
Yes, y'all go watch it. And then wasn't that the video to the song that ultimately ended up coming?
Yes, that's how it started from scratch. I mean, you guys saw almost everything. I mean, I obviously edited it, but I edited parts out that didn't really matter. But that's literally how it started from scratch. Da, 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 da. What am I saying? Da, 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 da. Much sounds kind of like much. All right, let's kind of, that's how it starts, and then you just go from there.
Yeah.
You know what? At least you can still see. It's like it's not that bad. I do have to pick up my ring, so it's fine. It works out.
Well, luckily we're closing out anyway, so the light won't have to harass you anymore. But can you just give us your socials and where we can find you, your latest single, all the things? I'm gonna like be typing things so that people can have it too.
Okay, perfect. Yes. You can find me on Instagram at Jamiah I Am. That's JAMIA. Come on now. It better be down at this.
I had that one ready, okay?
You can follow me on Twitter at Jamiah_Hudson. I need to change that to like Jamiah I Am, so it's just all the same. But Twitter is Jamiah_Hudson. Facebook, I think you can just type in Jamiah. I have like an artist page. And you can find me on YouTube too. I think you can just type in Jamiah. I have like a couple more behind the scenes things of like me preparing for shows and stuff. If you just type in Jamiah Red Bull or Jamiah, I don't know. If you type me in, you probably will see horrible YouTube videos of me from like 8 years ago, but also you'll find the good stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, that's where you can find me.
Cool. And tell us about your latest song and where we can find that.
Yes, my latest song is called Out of Your Head. You can find that on all streaming platforms, Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon, wherever you like to listen to music, you can find it there. But it's called Out of Your Head by me, Jamiah. So go look, go stream. Yes.
Yes, y'all go do it, like she said, okay? Be obedient. Well, Jamiah, thank you so much for your time. I know this was a rocky start, but you finessed it and you finagled and we got here. So I'm so grateful for you being here. I'm absolutely so proud of you and how you progressed. And we are fans of you here at For the Black Kid and forever supporters. So thank you so much for being here.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you for thinking about me. Sorry it was a rocky start, but we're here. We made it.
We did.
Super glad.
Well, be safe in your travels and just be safe and continue doing great things.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad we got to chat.
I know it's been too long. Thank you so much
Way too
again.
long. You're welcome.
Bye, love. Okay, y'all. So that was Jamiah. Okay, and I hope that you all enjoyed, and thank you so much for being here. That was really it. Remember to follow her on Instagram at Jamiah I Am. Go check out her latest single called Out of Your Head. You must be out of your head. That's how it goes. I don't sound like Jamiah though. She sounds great. So definitely go check that out. If you are not already, become a member of For the Black Kid Inc. today, where you can get monthly masterclasses, you get the replays of Highs and Hues, you get special announcements, you get giveaway access, you get so many things. So yeah, until next time, we are sending you love and we are sending you light. And as always, remember, play nice, kids. All right.